One of our timeless traditions here in downtown Dallas is to roll out the red carpet for Shelby Mast, local bracketologist for USA Today and Bracketwag.com. Let's start with SMU, an interesting case where the analytics say they are a borderline top 10 team, but your seeding has them lower. How come?
Well, I've got them a 7 seed right now, and in previous years, schools from their caliber of a conference have been seeded about 2 lines lower than where many people think they should. So I'm preparing for that right now. I think they can get up to a 6 if they beat Cincinnati in the finals of the tournament.
So in other words, you feel like that pretty much any mid-major team loses a couple of seeds just because they're mid-majors.
They do, because the competition in their conference is not nearly as strong as the Power 5 conferences or the high mid-majors.
So applying that to the Ponies, you feel like it's between a 6 to an 8 for them?
I think so. Now, if they were to lose first round of the tournament, that could drop them to a 9 if other teams do well in their tournaments that are below them, but it'd take a lot for that to happen.
Moving on now to TCU, they've seemingly played its way out of the tournament. Do they have to win the Big 12 tourney to get in?
I think so. I think Jamie Dixon has been fantastic for them, brought a lot of excitement, and they were a viable option for me a few weeks ago, but they haven't been able to sustain it. I think they're too far down the list to get an at-large bid, even getting to the finals. I think they do have to win it for the auto bid.
Quick hits now. Baylor is in an interesting spot, playing second to Kansas. You have them as a 2 seed. Could they play up if they win the Big 12?
I think so. If they win the Big 12, Oregon is my 4th number 1 seed, and that they don't have a stronghold on that. Baylor has a lot of good on their profile, and winning the Big 12, I think, would put them in the discussion. No guarantee they get it, but they'll be right there.
As for Kansas, they're a 1 seed. What would it take for them to plunge out of the top line?
I don't think they can. They can lose first round of the Big 12, and that's not going to be enough to knock them down.
You mentioned Oregon, Kansas. Who are your other 1 seeds, and who are the possible 1 seeds?
Villanova, Kansas, North Carolina, Oregon are my 1 seeds. Other possibilities: Baylor, Kentucky, outside chance for Florida State, maybe UCLA, but they've got a lot of work to do.
Do the Mavericks have to win the Sun Belt, and if they do, what's their range of seeds?
Yeah, I think so. After that loss yesterday, that was pretty much took them out of the discussion if they weren't already out of the discussion. I think they do have to win. They'll be 12 to 13, I think. I've got them at 12 right now.
Now, finally, people aren't going to be filling out their brackets until next week, but give me a team that's better than we think, and then give me a national champion.
All right, I'll give you 2 teams that I think are better than a lot of people nationally realize: Butler and Florida State. Both those teams have a lot of wins. Butler swept Villanova, so nobody else has that distinction. Villanova is probably my pick to win it all, mainly because of the experience factor.
Butler, Florida State. Well, I mean, yeah, it's, you know, I'm saving this one now, so we'll put that over to the one side there. Local bracketologist Shelby Mast of USA Today and Bracketwag.com. Thank you so much for your annual visit out here.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.